Hello friends, I Pankaj Dumka welcomes you to this lecture on fluid mechanics. Today I will be discussing with you about the stability of submerged bodies. Okay, so in this particular case, remember the thing which is of most importance are of two. They are basically two forces. That is the buoyancy force and the weight of the body. Because the point of discussion will be unconstrained bodies. So only weight and buoyancy force will be acting. So before I start discussing on that, remember if this is this is the body which is in the fluid. Okay, this is submerged in the fluid. So the thing is the weight which is acting, let us say this is W which is acting on the body, and this is W, and this is buoyancy point. I mean to say this is the point where the buoyancy force is acting. Okay, then they should be lying in this particular line of symmetry only. The relative location of W and this let us write it as G. The relative location of center of gravity and center of buoyancy can change, but the thing is they should be lying on the same line, and for this equilibrium W should always be equal to the buoyancy force. So this has to be remembered. Okay, now let us talk of angular stability of these bodies. That means what will happen to these body if we slightly tilt this body in any particular direction. So whether this body comes to its original state or not, this will be the criteria of stability. So if the object displays slightly, given angular displacement slightly, and comes back to its original state, then that particular body is said to be in stable equilibrium. Whereas if it doesn't comes, then that will be subcategorized into unstable and neutral equilibrium. So what are these? So let me discuss one by one. So first one is stable equilibrium. So let us say that you have this particular body submerged in fluid. Okay, so this body is submerged in fluid such that this is bottom heavy. Bottom heavy means the center of gravity is slightly lower than the center of buoyancy. Okay, that means the weight is like this and buoyancy force is acting from this particular point. Now what will happen if you displace this body slightly in this direction? Then let us say this is what happens to the body. Okay, now this is your G point, and this is your B. So from here W is passing, weight is passing, and from here buoyancy force is passing. So if you look closely, and it has already been said that W will be equal to FB for equilibrium conditions. So these two forces forming a couple. Okay, and this is a basically counterclockwise couple. So this couple is having a tendency to rotate the object counterclockwise. So that's why this is restoring couple. That means the couple is making this body tend to bring, or this couple is trying to bring the body to its original condition. So that's why it is called as restoring couple. That means restoring the original condition or original state of the body. That means this couple will now make the body to come back to its original condition. That's why this is called as stable equilibrium. Hence, for stable equilibrium for bodies which are submerged in fluid, the center of gravity or the G should be below the center of buoyancy. So if for a submerged condition the center of gravity is below the center of buoyancy, then that particular body is said to be in stable equilibrium. Okay, now second case, that is unstable equilibrium. So the second case, unstable equilibrium. So let us consider the similar condition that this is the free surface of water and you have this body, but now in this particular case this body is top heavy, means more of the weight is towards the top. So this is the line of symmetry, assume. So as this is top heavy, so what will happen? The center of gravity will shift up in comparison to the center of buoyancy, because the center of buoyancy is nothing but the centroid of the displaced volume. Okay, so from here W will be acting and from here buoyancy force will be acting. So now what will happen if you tilt this body? So if you tilt this body, let us say this is the state after tilting this body. Okay. Now if you look closely, then this is center of gravity, this is center of buoyancy. From here buoyancy force is passing, from here the weight is acting. So if you look closely, then again a couple is being formed, but this time the couple is having a sense of rotation clockwise. So what will happen? This forms a couple which will be having a tendency to overturn the body. That's why this is called as overturning couple, OTC. Okay, so what will happen in this particular case? The body will never ever come to its original condition. Instead, it will move away from this particular original condition. That's why this is called as unstable equilibrium. So for a body to be in unstable equilibrium, the center of buoyancy should be below the center of gravity. What I mean by should be, basically, if the center of gravity is lying, if center of gravity is lying above the center of buoyancy, then the body will try to again come back in such a situation for slight tilt or heel, that its center of gravity again comes below, so that it attains a stable equilibrium. So if the body is having such a distribution of mass that the center of gravity is above the center of buoyancy, then that particular body will never be in stable equilibrium. Now the third condition, which is called as neutral equilibrium. So if, let us say, so happen that you have this body and the center of gravity happens to be coinciding with center of buoyancy. So from center of gravity W is acting, from center of buoyancy this buoyancy force will be acting. So if you tilt this body, what will happen? Again W and these will be acting at this point only, G and B. So there is no couple coming into picture. So this body will attain this state and remain in this particular state. So neutral equilibrium is that particular case when G, center of gravity, and B, center of buoyancy, are at the same point. So if these center of gravity, that is the centroid of the mass, and center of buoyancy, that is the centroid of the displaced volume, if they happen to be at the same point, then the body will be in neutral equilibrium. And if you disturb this body, then that will acquire a new position, and that will be again a new equilibrium position. So that is what is called as neutral equilibrium. So whenever a submerged body is there and that is unconstrained, means W and that is weight and buoyancy force is acting, then for that particular body to be in stable equilibrium, the center of gravity should always be below the center of buoyancy. Otherwise, that will not be in stable equilibrium. Okay, and for neutral equilibrium, both should coincide. And there are cases where neutral equilibrium is created so that if let us say the particle is having density in such a way with respect to volume of fluid that it is having a neutral equilibrium condition, then if you drop that particular particle at any point, then that will remain there. So that is what is being done for tracing the fluid. We use neutrally buoyant particles so that whatever the location they are, they will remain there, and if they attain some new location, then they will again be in equilibrium there. So neutral equilibrium is must. Okay, so in this lecture till this point only. So if you like my video, then please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care.